All right. Stream's up and running. Woo!
Oh, there's no video, right?
There is no video now.
Okay, good.
I'm not wearing pants.
I'm wearing the bare minimal without being nude.
Valid.
Ow.
Sad.
That's too hard.
Mm. Having to do a little bit of research before continuing what I've been working on.
What you working on?
Redrawing something.
What you redrawn?
The first page of my webcomic.
Ooh.
So, doing a little bit of research, rereading everything that I've already done. Your computer is breathing really hard. And also going through and finding anything that I forgot to like in the past 4 years. 2018. 2018. Momo! Momo-san! How's it going? I am drawing something, or redrawing something. What's up, Frozen Traveler? I am redrawing something that I did years and years ago. I actually cannot tell you how many years ago off the top of my head. Well, let's freaking see real quick. Alright. Oh, well, actually, I'm doing. I'm snowed in right now, but I'm doing. So, I'm not complaining too much. But, oh well. I'm actually going through. And, because what I'm redrawing. Yep, Snowden. Not my fault. It is your fault. I can't believe you. Why would you do this to me? Oh, good gosh. But yeah, I'm going through and trying to find... Well, actually, that is a good question. When was the last... Not the last, but... Alright. When did I put this out? Okay, so... I'm redrawing something that I did in... like 2018? Yeah, 2018. Good gosh. But, if you haven't noticed from the left side, I might have, you might already know what I'm doing. But, currently, your boy is redrawing the very first page of my webcomic. Yes, it's been a while. It's been a really long time. I think the last time I actually updated my webcomic was in 2019. And that is 3 years ago. Golly, wow. Whew. So now I'm just going through. But how is everybody doing? And what are you excited for? Actually, I need to really look up my old Easy Zero's design, because I forget kind of what he looked like. Man, I'm tired. Okay, let's see. Experiment 23. That was after that. That was when they met. Cool. There we go. Alright. There we are. And let's shrink his head a little bit, because I always do way too big of a circle. There we go. Shrink that down. I'm just making sure that's still the pencil. There we go. I'll probably draw some smoke coming up. Wait, in the first one... No, I did not have him have a cigarette at that particular point. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I'm remaking the very first page of my webcomic for Webtoons. Because I want to. And it's been years, literal years, since I actually did anything about this. So it's about time for me to at least make some adjustments that I've been wanting to do for years. Because honestly, my first go around with this was haphazard, just meh, in all aspects of meh. So, good golly. I've gotten to become a better artist over the years, so, you know, maybe now I can actually make this story look more like what was in my head rather than scribbles. Yeah, that is true. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to, like, completely and utterly throw them away. No, I'll probably put them at the end of the page so that people can see it. But it's just more along the lines of, let's redo this. Because I've redrawn many of things in my art career, and some really terrible things that I've redrawn to make a lot better, and also ones that I've redrawn and made them a lot worse looking. But this one, it's basically my passion project. It's the thing that I've very much enjoyed doing. But now I get to actually sit down and draw this. Okay. So, actually, I do need to figure out my reference for what type of pants and shoes did I give him back in the day. Because there's a time skip. Probably, no, did I not, I didn't. Wow. Wow. I am such a lazy. Oh, wait, no. Hold up. I know exactly. Yeah, I did give him shoes. I did it in the second one. Second page, I gave him shoes because he ran away from Carter. I know this. Oh, I cannot wait. I gave him red shoes. I gave him red shoes. Crappy looking. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? Oh, Snickerdoodles, Batman. That is oof. Oof. Now, actually, where is my E0 reference that I've been redoing? Okay, that's not it. Ah, there it is. Open. Wait, did I thought I finished that. 1 second. 1 second. Corey's going crazy. Don't worry about it, y'all. There we go. Well, there we are. Yes. Let that download. But while I'm waiting for that to download, how are you all doing? Because I see another person popped on the stream. How are you doing today? Are you doing good? Until which episode do you plan to remake? Yellow. Should I remake the whole entire thing?
So you don't have time to continue it, but you have time to remake the whole entire thing?
You're funny. It's because I don't have time to sit there and do it every week. Honestly, I would like to do at least all the way up to the time skip, and then hopefully, maybe if I get more traction for the webcomic and actually pull in some supporters, then maybe I'll actually do the whole entire thing and then continue the webcomic. I would like to update this version to what it looks like before anything else. Because I'm sorry, this first version that I did looks like trash. Well, to my eye now. And I'm not the biggest fan of it. I know some people will enjoy the look of, oh, this is where he came from, and that's why I'm going to be leaving the old ones kind of there. Oh, that would be great. Maybe I should just pitch this, like straight up pitch it and pitch it to a different company. Well, the only downside is I think whenever it comes to the terms in Webtoons, is that technically speaking that they kind of own the rights whenever it comes to it, whenever it comes to distribution. Isn't that right?
What?
Webtoons owns the rights. If you put anything on Webtoons, they own the rights to it.
No, I don't think it is entirety. I think that's their contracted ones. Obviously, they have the right to display it.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Because you have, in order to become a featured webtoon, you have to give them
the rights.
Exclusive rights.
Yeah, exclusive rights.
So I'm sure they hold some sort of rights in order to, post and display it. but they obviously don't get exclusive rights of it because you have to give them that to become a featured webtoon.
Yes. Don't like how your feet look, mate. Let's redo that. There we go. That looks better. Do I really want to put the remake of Webtoons? Honestly, if I can get picked up by Webtoons, that'd be amazing.
Okay, so Webtoons from Naver. Of course, you'll have all rights to your creations. Line Webtoons does not and cannot take your rights, and nevertheless does not intend or want to take any exclusive form of right to your creation. You are only granting as a non-exclusive right to use your comic on our service.
Oh.
And for the featured ones, it's mainly just exclusive. Like, they don't get to claim the art's theirs. It's you can't post it otherwhere, so you're just creating a contract to exclusively post and distribute it through them.
Ah, gotcha.
So you'll remain with all of your intellectual property, and you can continue to promote your work on social media and other publishing platforms while using the tools we offer on Canvas.
Okay. So technically speaking, I can still pitch this to somebody else.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, I'll probably will so that it will actually, because I want to garner as much traffic as I possibly can. Am I being smart about this? Eh. Oh, like that, yeah. But also, I'm trying out the new Clipsio Paints webtoon thing. So I have this thing that pops up that shows me everything on here, basically. And then I can like double click here and it'll open that up. But it's a long continuous, which is going to be the format of webtoon, which is pretty freaking sweet. And actually, back whenever I was doing my webtoon days, I would actually have to measure everything out, all that fun stuff, and it was a hassle. Now, this makes it a lot more easier. So, I can actually enjoy this a lot more. Go. And I will probably do something like this to show a heartbeat. Probably gonna be a light switch here. Also, I need to get better at doing backgrounds anyhow, so. There we go. There we go. There we go. Make it so that the doors actually slide. It's kind of like elevator doors. Do that. Do that. And do that. Makes it look like the light's shining from behind him. He's walking in there, and then I don't freaking know. I mean, he's going to cut her down. Walks in and be like, "Yo, you got that yes haircut?" Truly cuts her down. That would be hilarious. Oh, probably not a good thing to put on here because this is semi-serious and also have comedy lines in it and all that fun stuff. Okay. And I'm probably going to put hooks here. Basically making it look like it's actually a place where they come in to do experiments and stuff like that. Definitely put a camera up here. Because, I mean, if there's no camera, I mean, that is not really an experiment room, is it? Am I furnishing this experiment room? Yes, yes I am. Am I putting a sink in an experiment room? Yes, yes I am. Next thing I'm going to do is put a toilet in there with a bidet. They're high class when it comes to how they go about doing experiments on people. Only the finest for our doctors. Oh gosh. And there's the faucet head. Here's the faucet. There we go. Kind of looks like a penis, but you know, it's not a penis. It's actually a faucet. Don't worry about it. There we go. Alright. Probably add like cracks everywhere because this is a run-down place. Chips in the paint. Well, there's no paint. It's just cracked concrete wall. It just looks terrible and tacky. But yeah. Alright. And actually, here's this. That's doing the alarm. That's going off, which is red lights. There we go. Red lights. Actually, in the very first one, did I actually have red lights hitting her in the face? I cannot recall. I think I did. No, I didn't. I could have sworn I did. Was it in DeviantArt where I put that? Because I know I did. Yes, I still have a DeviantArt. I have not taken it off yet. Gallery. Natasha. Was that under comics? Did I put it? Yep. I found the OG peeps. I found the very first page I ever did of Experiment 23. Are y'all ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you guys are ready for this. Ready? Blood Dow. There it is. You need to get that fan checked on there, because that thing is breathing hard, dear. That right there is the very first iteration of this page. Good gosh. Not much changed. Not much really freaking changed. Huh. I honestly thought there was going to be more. But yeah. Here we go. Yeah. And then there's page 1 right there. Page 1. After, that was a revision of this page right here. Good gosh. Wait, how did I have this read? Did I have it go here, 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 and here? That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like it goes boom, 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 boom. That's so weird. That doesn't make sense. Whatever. We were doing this. Welcome, new viewer. Don't know who you are, but welcome. You are amazing, regardless. Okay, so this whole entire sequence is going to run completely different. So it's going to be like beep, 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 because you hear the alarm going off. You see a blurry eye, well, an eye slowly opening. It's blurry. That's not a vaginal canal. Somebody's not getting born. Don't worry about that. Then she opens her eyes, sees her feet. It's still kind of blurry. And then she opens her eyes all the way and sees the medical tray that they've been using to operate on her. Then, disheveled in darkness, both of her hands are chained. And then it shows here. Probably gonna have to pace this out just a wee bit more. And then after that, there's gonna be a pause for a second. Yeah, I know, right? It's like people forgot that I actually have an edgy side to me. I'm still an edgy teenage kid at heart. I still love going to Hot Topic and buying edgy clothing. Well, yeah. There we go. All right. I love you, Mom. Sorry. I love you, Mom.
He says he loves you.
I'm never too busy to say that I love my mom.
Also never too busy to startle me half to death.
Yes! That's why you married me, sweetheart.
Oh, we're in our room.
That's what happens, sweet cheeks.
Yeah, he's over at his computer. He's over at his computer. He's over at his computer. I'll call you back after he's done,
Webtoons. I'm having to look up a reference for E-Zero's face sideways because I know I've drawn it before. I know I did. I'm not crazy. There we go. Wait, what? Oh, recent. I thought they were saying that my most recent one that I... Not recent, but... that I wrote a different one, and I was like, I haven't illustrated or wrote a different webtoon. What's going on here? What part of the game is this, see? What part of the game is this? Okay. That's not it, but I'm really proud of that bird. Oh my gosh, that bird was amazing. That was probably the best bird I've ever drawn in my life. And I will never be able to draw anything better than that whenever it comes to birds. I hate drawing birds. I'm pretty sure... Nope. Next one. Nope. Next one again. Gosh dang. Where is it? Found it. Got it. Sweet. Alright. Yep, that was the most recent one. Guy was crashing through the window. Crystal basically called him a numbnuts. Actually, fun story. Crystal was actually the name of one of my very, very first imaginary friends / OCs when I was a kid. I think the very first one was actually a guy by the name of Kryn. That's a little fun trivia for you all. I don't know if anybody really cares, but you know. Okay, so if I'm 27 now, and it was 2018 when I first drew this, 2018 would have been what, 4 years ago? So I'd have been 23, roughly. I think I would be 23 years old whenever I first illustrated these pages. These first pages. Coming back at it whenever I'm 27. Golly, I'm an old fart. Yep, 2018 was whenever this webcomic actually hit the ground running. I think I uploaded it... No, I might have been 22. Because I think that I started it on DeviantArt, I think a little bit earlier. But it didn't come to fruition. And I did have it on Tapastic. Or Tapas now. Tapas. I don't like how Tapastic changed its whole entire thing to Tapas. Well, I'm glad that it caught your attention. I remember when some people were actually finding me on TikTok and other places and be like, oh my gosh, you're the guy who does Experiment 23. I mean, it only happened like once or twice, but you know. It really made me feel
Now it's more
great.
often that you'll find occasional comments saying, hey, I know you from TikTok, instead of the other way around this time.
Yeah, I get more people saying, hey, I know you from TikTok, or you're that one TikTok artist. I had one person say that I'm their favorite not safe for work artist. Which I mean, now they're not completely wrong. Yeah, with this style, the style actually consisted of a couple different influences. First, really being actually a couple of my friends' art styles, but also this is very heavily inspired by Tyson Hesse and the graphic novel Diesel. Probably pull his shoulders back just a little bit more, so it kind of looks like he's He was just running to get here to this point. Yeah, actually the first time we ever see E0, he's not smoking. Fun little thing. Yeah, it's been 4 years. And you have grown tremendously as an artist, Toonshade, like ridiculously. You have clearly became an amazing artist. It's almost come full circle. Okay, let's see. Illustration, no. Illustration 12, no. This one, okay. Because E0 used to wear his hair higher up on his head. I will say that nobody ever confused him with a... Well, I'm trying to remember. Oh, yes. Okay, so his hairstyle is actually... If I can find it, give me 1 second. I'll show you guys. There we go. Is he actually going to come out and do another one? Please do. Please do. If he does not, I'm going to be very sad. Because I really enjoy the characters that he made in this book. I love this book so much. Well, if you do love that, then you will love this. Shameless plug for my favorite artist of all time. Well, famous artist of all time right now. This guy, Tyson Hesse, Diesel. The soft hair right here, and also somewhat dreads. Dreads were taken from that guy right there. Well, the idea of dreads. How he does the ends of her hair. He will actually do little lines like that. And I've done that whenever it comes to E0 the whole entire time. But yeah, that is the artist who, well, basically inspired the whole entire art direction when it comes to Experiment 23. One of my favorite artists of all time. Link me the book. Link me the comic. Now, the thing is that this one you do have to, you can buy it in stores. And who's the artist? Tyson Hesse. The same guy who actually redesigned Sonic for the new Sonic movie. And actually he did all the animation work whenever it came to, what's it called? Sonic Mania, the commercials. And all that fun stuff. But Tyson Hesse is going to be the artist. Now the thing is that he made this book right before, because he used to do web comics that was Boxer, I can't remember, something Boxer. He also did Sonic Archie comics, and also he did Mega Man Archie comics. And the way that he got in there was because he was just doodling one day, and I think that one of the people that was at his college worked for the comics. And he was just like, hey, can I have you draw this? And he was like, yeah. He's like, hey, you want to color my inks or just help me with my inks? Because I'm working on this comic. Whenever, like, for Archie. And he's like, oh, heck yeah. And then that's what got his foot in the door. And then he went, basically his design for Sonic, or his art for Sonic in the Archie comics, actually did basically they used that for the basis of a lot of the new IDW Sonic. Because Sonic Archie comics went out, they stopped production, I think in 2010 or something like that, because of douche Ryder McGee, I can't remember his name, that basically got all the rights to all the Sonic characters that were in the Archie, besides Sonic and everybody like that. And then he was like, "Yeah, screw you guys, I'm taking them." It has its moments. I personally love the movie mainly because I love Jim Carrey, and also anything that Tyson Hesse touches, I freaking love. Actually, he also worked on Invader Zim. He used to be a storyboard artist back then, and then he actually worked on the newest one that went on Netflix. Tyson, like the... Okay, give me 1 second. This guy right here. That guy. Tyson Hesse. And honestly, go follow him on Twitter. Go follow him on Instagram. Go follow him on even DeviantArt. He doesn't post anything on his DeviantArt page anymore, but he actually made old, like, just for fun comics of Sonic and Knuckles, and actually called Knuckles Nipples the Echidna, because instead of knuckles on the ends of, like, the spikes on the end of his knuckles, they were actually nipples. It was the funniest thing ever. Also, he, instead of tails, I guess his name was Arms, and instead of having two tails that went in a propeller, it was his arms that basically did the propellering, and his arms would snap and break. In the comic, it was so funny. But yeah, Tyson Hesse is one of my favorite artists of all time. That and Scotty Young. Scotty Young.
By
Tyson Hesse.
He did the...
Diesel.
Well, yes, Diesel. But he did the Broken Heart.
Yeah, he did the Broken Arm Tales comic that was on DeviantArt. Also, another big influence is Scotty Young. And actually, the redesign of Natasha and Amiko into this type of style right here was actually inspired by Scotty Young. And Scotty Young is one of my other favorites who've made I Hate Fairyland. He does literally all the variant covers for DC and, well, actually mainly Marvel, my bad. He does all the ones for Marvel. It is ridiculous on how much money that guy is making whenever it comes to making variant covers for comics. But yeah. Those are two of my personal favorite artists. And that's what inspired all of my webcomic. The storyline was inspired by a couple of different things. I'm more of a jerk whenever it comes to how I tell stories.
I like this character's design a lot, especially the little koala puppy.
Who's that?
It's just one of the characters that just showed up.
From what?
From my
Webcomic?
Death reschedule.
He is adorable.
With the puppy.
But if you all have any other questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. I know, right?
This is the face he made to ask me if he could pet the doggy. And then it's followed up by this precious.
Aww.
You like my dog?
Good gosh. The old one's still bang. Yep. I still enjoy how I drew, like, kids, because I've always hated drawing kids because I never could get them to look right. They don't look right to me. So going with the Scotty Young, or aka the way that I draw my character, which is basically kind of the same how how Scotty Young does his characters and stuff like that. Like, let's see if I can find it. Whenever it comes to Scotty Young, the one thing that you'll know him for is if you don't see his covers, then you will definitely should look up a simple a simple comic called I Hate Fairyland. And this is what I Hate Fairyland looks like. You got Gertrude, that's an axe. This lady right here is actually like 30 years old, 37 years old, trapped in a 7-year-old's body because she's been in Fairyland for so long and she hates it there. And she goes on a killing spree. This one's actually Happy, which she does get an eye patch and all that fun stuff. I love it. And actually, the variant covers for that book is actually Fuck Fairyland, which I actually have a couple and I love it. Yes. Let me see if I can find something of his so that I can show you. Oh, but also, like, give me 1 second. I just found another Tyson Hesse that I love. And actually, I've had people ask me when it comes to Tyson, I mean, why I drew Natasha older was because of this. Because actually, Tyson Hesse drew his character older and then went back and did their backstory. It's amazing. But whenever it comes to Scotty Young is a fun. Let's see. Honestly, if Tyson Hesse ever got an art book, I would want to buy it. Scotty Young. He is the guy who has done, which this one actually is probably the one of the most famous of Scotty Young's pieces that I know of personally, because I see it literally everywhere. This one. That's Scotty Young. He always has a Calvin Hobbes type vibe, which I absolutely adore. And actually, here is a big, let's see, there we go. Here's a big just thing of, and it reminds me of freaking Calvin Hobbes, which I grew up with and I love to death. It's one of my favorite comics of all time. Garfield is my other one. Calvin Hobbes because of how it's drawn and also the very, very highbrow comedy and all that fun stuff. I absolutely love it. And because of his art style reminding me of it, he was an instant 10 in my book. Yeah. One of my absolute favorite books, and I've collected tons of those books. I love those books, and actually I use those for references sometimes for my own, like, avatar. Yes. He does tons and tons of different ones, and I love it to death. But yeah, that's whenever it comes to Scotty Young. Tyson Hesse, I just loved his designs. And actually, another person that I know of that reminded me of Tyson Hesse whenever I first found him. Oh, what was it? What was their name? I can't remember off the top of my head. They're a great artist. And, oh, maybe I can find it because I did a fan art of one of their characters a while back. And I really enjoyed the design of their character. Let's see if I can find it. There's actually a lot of people that enjoy the designs of their characters and I've drawn. Matt Foze, or Foze, whatever his name is. This right here, I really enjoyed. I love their art style too. Their art style reminds me of Tyson Hesse, but is, oh, wow, I just exited out of it on accident. Whoops. And let's see if I can find some of theirs. Matt. Oh, I can't remember how to spell that. Frozy. Oh. Is that? Yep, that's them. Okay, so their style actually has changed just a little. Let's see. Just a little, but I freaking still love it. Like, that's their character. That's their rendition of their character, and I just I love how they draw them. Their expressions are gorgeous. Ah, biscuits. Oh, my art style reminds you of Dragon Ball? A bit, yeah. In some parts I can see that. Toon Shade, your art style reminds me of actually a multitude of different ones. It reminds me of Courage the Cowardly Dog. It also reminds me of, I'm trying to remember all the names of them. Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy. A sprinkle of, what's it called? A Foster Stone for Imaginary Friends. What's it called? Brobot? My Brother's a Robot? I can't remember the name of it. But that was a Cartoon Network show. That's another thing that reminds me of. Reminds me of a little bit about my life as a teenage robot. A little bit of Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, and stuff like that. No. Yeah, my life as a teenage robot, just a little bit. But, what's it called? Is it Brobot? I cannot remember. And this is going to drive me up the wall. Cartoon Network Robot. Robot Boy. That's a TV show. Robot Boy. Robot Jones. That reminds me of something. Not Robot Jones. It would be Robot Boy. It reminds me of Robot Boy. Whatever happened to which one? Robot Jones? Good question. Gosh. Yeah, I had a feeling. And you do a phenomenal job. And actually, Masonwood on Instagram. You also remind me of their art. Because they are very much late 90s, early 2000s. And they do a really good job, too. And they do a great job whenever it comes to backgrounds. I really do need to learn how to do more backgrounds. I remember back in the day whenever he first started. Because he messaged me a long time ago. And he's super chill to talk to. The one thing that he really does love is, what's it called? I know, right? But, he really loves kart racing games. And also classic games. The one thing that he loves to ask people about is favorite old cartoons and also favorite tracks of different games. And honestly, I feel like he would do great doing track design and level design concepts. He would be amazing at that. go. A broken chain. I can see that too. I can freaking see that if we're talking about video games. Actually, another inspiration of mine is Shantae. And it wasn't because I just really enjoyed the art in Shantae. It was actually because of a commission I had years ago. What?
Nothing.
What? Oh, webcomic. Am I
Dare end like that? Rude. No, I did not want Squidward's voice in my head.
Wah, 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 SpongeBob!
No, the oh no, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot!
Now that's the only voice playing in my head.
I have a lot of voices playing in my head. I really need to get back into working on voice acting stuff. Bless you, sweetheart. Am I cheating? Maybe.
Wow, and I thought we were marvelous, marvelous, who would have thought?
Ah, biscuits. Foiled again. Where to lay her down? Grab this. Let's take that over here. Let's take that over here. Okay. Easier reference. No. I don't need that. Well, actually, I'll probably need that in a minute. I'll definitely need that. I won't need this one. That's the one I was looking for. I don't need this one. Don't save. And there we go. But honestly, if somebody came up to me and was like, hey, Corey, is there a comic that you would love for somebody to continue? Yes! Diesel! I want to read more. I love that art style. I want more. I would be a whore for more. You got tiny little leggies. Tiny little toesies. Remember to always support the neck if you are ever having to carry somebody that is uber weak. Because if you don't, their neck could snap. It's like carrying a baby. Support the head. Support the neck. And whatever you do, don't throw it on the ground. And don't kick the baby. I know some people that have failed that.
Don't call out Miranda like that. She didn't mean to.
I didn't say her name. You did. Now who's terrible?
You know who you were talking about.
I know who I was talking about.
It didn't kick. It was just a light knee.
A light knee to the face.
That baby crawled out of nowhere. Actually, it crawled out of her.
Well, yeah. Good gosh. That baby came out of nowhere. Well, baby had to come from somewhere. I swear, that baby came out of nowhere. Gosh, that voice reminds me of whatever his name is from that stupid TV show. You know what that's from?
I know the tune, but I don't know the name.
The Andy Griffith Show, starring
Gross.
Andy Griffith.
Everybody kept talking that show up to me, and then I watched it, and it's like, this dude's a jerk.
I can't remember what show it was, but my personal favorite show that the guy was a jerk in was like, the kid.
The problem was everybody treated him like he was a nice guy, and he was
Oh,
a
yeah.
jerk.
But my
Jerks
person,
who are jerks
yeah.
are fine.
But my personal favorite one will always be that the guy walks up and it's just like, "Oh, you need a help. Something's out in the middle of the lake." It's just like, "Well, why don't you go get it, kid?" And the little boy looks up and is like, "Well, I can't swim. How old are you?" 7.
Gonna learn to
Picks him up and just yeets him in the water. And his mom runs out. It's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, he needs to learn how to swim." And it's just like, "He can't swim." He's like, "Well, he's gonna learn." And it's just like,
what in the world? That main guy's a jerk, but nobody
Yeah.
treats him as if he's anything else but a jerk.
but it still makes me laugh every time because also she's like, "Go in there and get him." It's like, "Why don't you?" And she's like, "I can't swim." And he just like looks at her. I'm like, somebody's about to get yeeted. Oh, I love that scene. Oh gosh, that one's a freaking amazing. What you miss? Oh, I was just going over like different things that have inspired me. Now I'm drawing this. We were talking about Andy Griffith and also just a couple different other things. Didn't miss much. Didn't miss much. But don't worry, I'm going extra long today. Love you too, dear. But what'd you miss? What did I miss?
More than a pickle loves brine.
Put my booty in that brine. Oh gosh, I hate pickles.
Yeah, that sounds like a personal character flaw.
Personal character? I'm sorry. We need to rewrite your character. Why? Because you hate pickles. That guy turned himself into a pickle. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Laura, if I ever became a pickle, what would you do?
Colossin?
It's just any pickle. Why do you have to go specifics?
Because Colossin's the tastiest.
Ma'am, you want to try to turn me back? Not, "Oh, I'm gonna try to turn me back." Are you a Colossin? Now that sounds delicious. Golly.
I've got magic powers.
It's not called magic, it's called freaking science.
My next bowel movement.
Oh my gosh. I chose you.
To be fair, I would assume you were playing a prank, so I would eat the pickle and not realize that if you actually became the pickle, I would think you were pranking and I'd eat the pickle to be like, haha, and then later I'd find out it's actually you. And the next time I go poop, I'd probably collect the poop in a jar and be like, "No, Corey!"
Wow. Wow. Thanks, dear. I love you too. What?
I'm just thinking, so that's one of the times that I have my clay poops. It's like, you turned white.
Oh my gosh. I chose this. I chose this. I chose this.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Yo, no joke. I guess I'm dumping Bill. What?
I don't know who Bill is.
Are you sure? Bill was pretty cool. I like Bill. I wouldn't be able to do anything with him because he's not my art style, but Bill's awesome. I should go through the, whatchamacallit phase. Oh, you're gonna change... Oh! Change his design. I say yes. I'd rather you change the design rather than get rid of him. Because I like him. I am more for recycling a character rather than completely getting rid of them. Because some characters are fun. Oh, that's true. It's only a bad time if you get caught. There we go. All right. Y'all ready for this one? It happens. Okay. So, there's a couple different things you can do. You can do a... oh, I'm going to go dark red. Because I never do black anymore. Because, well, black is a dumb thing to do. Don't do it. There we go. I need it more like 10. Okay. Shift Alt. There we go. Alt Shift. Oh, come on. There we go. Back. I have so many things to do, but I'm not gonna do any of them. Because I am working on this. And I enjoy this more.
Oh my goodness, I have to spell a secret.
I
love you.
Well, I love you too.
And I'm terrible at keeping secrets because I think everybody should know that already.
I've noticed. And I'm happy for it. And I'm happy for us. Okay. Oh no, Corey's making very edgy things. Whatever shall we do? Not bother him. That's one thing. I have not changed my expression in a while. There's that. These are the boxes. Valid. Smart. I actually really would love to see that whenever it comes to the character. Okay. There we go. And let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take a ride on your disco stick. Yes. Yes, please. I love process shots. It's what I do. It's what I live for. Helping poor, unfortunate morpholk, just like yourself, with no one else to talk to. When they call me well witch. But you now find nowadays I'm mended all my ways. I forgot the rest of it. I think it was like on my repentance and something else. True, yes. And unfortunately I know a little magic. It's a talent that I've always had possessed. Poor unfortunate soul. In pain. In need. Yep. This one's longing to be then once I get to the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Yeah, because actually here you can see that her feet are weirdly big. But I'm kind of doing like a perspective shot. It's kind of weird, but I haven't really done perspective shots with this body format. So yeah, I'm just experimenting now. So I'm just having a ball. Transform, flip horizontal. There we go. Is it cheating? Yes. Am I going to do it? Yes. Do you know how hard it is to continue doing a webcomic every week? And the only way that you can actually achieve that is to cutting a couple corners? Yes. Love you, dear. Celebrate the culture of living black, featuring Lizzo, Big Sean, Her, and more. Living black. Well, I already live black. It's not all that's cracked up to be. But what do I know? I'm only part black and part white. So I don't understand all the struggles of not fitting into either culture. But what do I know? Ugh. I had $1 for every time that I've had somebody be like, "Oh my gosh, you're the whitest black person I know." I could literally make billions. I could make my own movie. Look, a drawing tablet. Error. Drawing tablet. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm redrawing things from all way back in time. Bless you.
I wasn't a sneeze, but thank you.
Ah, but you're a blessing to me. I am not a good judge of character. That's why I still exist. Natasha, you don't look so good. Thank you. Oh yeah, she does. So hopefully it makes it even sadder. People look at her and be like, "Oh, who could ever do such a thing to such an adorable face?" Nazis. Oh gosh, I should make it so that the main characters are actually like Nazis from way back when.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
We should just make it America.
Well, she's made in a lap, so actually, fun story
Right,
about that.
America's not that smart.
Well, actually, her being made in a lab is not canonical. A little bit of lore dump for you. Because she is genetically modified. my bad. Not, well, genetically modified post-birth. I am not allowed to comment. You will just have to wait for whenever we get to that part of the backstory. Holy balls, there's a lot more people on stream. Old mail. Welcome, new people. Well, yes. But that's the big question. Oh, my chest just popped. Because there are some that were made in a lab. But she's only experiment number 23. Right? Oh my gosh. If I'm wrong, I'm going to throw something. Where did I put it? Yes, she is experiment 23. So I can at least say that with certainty. And mainly only the experiments that live really do get names. Well, welcome, Supersonic World. Supersonic L's World. You're not too far off. There was an iteration whenever I was coming up with concepts of this that she was going to be like, it's going to be called 23, but it's like 23 ... There's tons more. Oh, we've only met only a few experiments already. Here we go. And because I'm a lazy son of a gun, and I don't want to do. There you go. Now the fun part is that whenever it comes to failed experiments in this universe, they become FEs, or also known as failed experiments. And whatever they were trying to do with that person, like whatever mutation that they were trying to do, it overtakes their brain and then makes them more into a... It overtakes the brain, destroys everything else, and basically goes based on fight or flight, and goes into like a beast mode, where it's just, oh, they're gone savage. So yeah, always a joy. Okay, let's bring that to here, and let's zoom in on here. Yeah. They've basically done experiments on a ton of different things. They actually started off with some animals, and those did not work well. Some humans, or adult humans, they tried it on, did not work well at all. Would actually cause them to melt. The only way that it could actually set in was because of the stem cells. And guess who has the most stem cells? Children. So why not use children? But how are you going to get said children? Yep. They were extremely low. But they at least had results. Which is better than no results whatsoever. I had to take a little bit of a refresher course. This has been so long since I've actually went through and reread the whole entirety of my webcomic. I'm still writing it. Yeah, because morality, who cares? Success can only be achieved whenever you break a few eggs. Or children. I did not lie and say that this is not... not exactly for kids. Because this gets pretty freaking dark. Because everything that's happening right now is more along the lines of... yay, kind of still fun. There's still going to be a lot of sprinkling of humor and everything like that, but, I mean... You got kids that are dying constantly. I mean, how much humor can you bring in?
Wow, just give away the plots, I guess.
I'm not giving away the plot. It's more along the lines of they know, because I've already established it in the whatchamacallit, that they tried a lot of these experiments and a lot of kids failed. Oh, yeah. And basically, the only ones that get named, like experiment number blah blah blah, are the ones that basically lived. They had so many people die that they were just like, you know what, screw it, we're not even going to give them experiment names. There's no reason. And on the rare occurrence that you would survive, then you would get a name. Congratulations. And it would just be experiment number blah blah blah, because you don't really need an actual name. At least I don't have a Batman complex where I go around adopting freaking what's it called? Orphans or newly orphaned kids and train them so that they can go and beat the living snot out of the people who killed their parents. Or kids who just like to steal freaking wheels off of Batmobiles. Success rate is extremely low, close to nil, but it's still something. So are y'all excited for this or just like meh? It's your thing. Yay, I got one. Better than none. Because I'm actually extremely excited too. This is going to be really cool. Or completely terrible. Either or. And maybe it'll garner a lot more people to want to see more, or that they'll just be like, you know what? I gave it a shot a long time ago. I don't feel like it anymore. Valid. And there's actually a reason. It's gauging whether or not that people would actually be interested in it still. So whenever I upload it, I'm going to gauge if anything changes or anything like that. Like people are like, "Oh yay" or "Oh nay." And also it's kind of also getting my feet dipped back into wanting to do this again. Because yeah, I still really, really want to. And I understand when it comes to hype, it might kind of be there, but it seems like I was going through the comments and everything like that, and yeah, people are just like, "Oh my gosh, please don't tell me that you died" or anything like that, and stuff like that. But also, I'm pretty sure that most people have given up on it. And honestly, when I first started it, I was not expecting it to actually take off. And actually, I wasn't like straight up. I was not expecting it. Either at a point, kind of not wanting it to, so that I could just like bounce back and forth from it. Be like, hey, I'm doing it one day, and then not really have to do it the next. But then it caught fire, and people actually enjoyed it. I thought about it. How I did not answer a lot of those for the longest time. People might have thought I did, because a lot of people thought I COVID died. Because COVID was right around the time whenever I stopped. But it was more along the lines of there was a lot more things that were going on during that time that I just couldn't. it was one of those things that, it happens. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's do that. And then do this. Straight up, I would totally do something like that. I should have. But also, I mean, I kind of gave it a big shot. I was not expecting it to actually take off, to be honest. And if I'm going to be forthright and honest, I was just like, well, I'll give it a shot. I mean, the thing is I had 4,000 followers. I mean, even if, like, maybe... Because I hit up a Patreon and everything like that. And I was just like, if I can get paid doing this, that'd be great. That means that I could continue and I won't have to do commissions. The main reason why I do commissions is because I do get paid from it. So that I can actually generate income. But it's kind of doing a passion project. And this takes hours. I mean, doing the sketching and inking has already taken me over, what, an hour and 38 minutes right now. And, I mean, the jobs that I worked, I was working 2 jobs back whenever I was doing this at the beginning. So I could pay for bills and everything like that. And now that I'm doing art basically full time, that's one job, and then I have my normal everyday job. And if I'm not if I'm not making money on one thing, that's time that's being wasted that I don't get any money from it. So thusly, I'm going to have to work harder at another job or have to stay up later to do things like this. Yeah, and I'm married, and we're wanting kids, and it's kind of hard to support a family and kids if you're not making money. So that's why I turned more to commissions, even though it pained me very much. It was the only thing that could keep me afloat. Maybe one day I won't have to. Maybe one day I can fully support myself on art alone and my family. But until then, I'm going to have to continue to push off things to the wayside because I have to have an income. And whenever I had the 4,000 followers, I was like, well, even if like 100 of them just donated $1, then by all means, I could justify doing this and work harder, and then hopefully more and more, and then I could donate more and more time to this. But it never caught on, never went past that. So it was a very hard decision, and I wanted to continue my art, and I wanted to continue my dream, but it's kind of hard whenever everything gets dashed on the ground. Because I wasn't looking for $1 million. I think the whole entire time I was doing the Patreon, I think I only got one person. And back then, I was offering a shit ton of stuff. If I remember right, back then I was even offering one free commission a month to anybody that backed it. Whenever, I think it was, I can't remember. One free commission on something, and I think I only got one person. And it was the lowest tier, but it was one of my friends that knew me IRL. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's the joys of being an artist. And yeah, I would love to get picked up by a company or anything like that, but also in the same breath, I don't know if I would, how much I would get paid. If I could leave my job right now and work solely on stuff like this, or what a company wants me to do. And also, do I have to get up and move? Do I need to move to a different state, different country, or... And honestly, at this particular point, I don't think I'll be able to move. But that's what happens. Boop. Yay, fun streams! Yay! Yay, fun streams! Woo! Drop a fucking truth bomb and then go, yay, fun streams! Woohoo! We're here to have fun! Not talk about the realities of depression or anything like that. Woo! Yeah. The joys. Thanks, bro. I pray that best happens for you all, too. I mean, the main reason why I still do live streams and stuff like that is to encourage as many people as I can. Or if somebody's like, hey, I want to learn how to do something, I can be like, yo, I didn't get to have that whenever I was starting out, so I would like to do that for you. I would like to see how much I can help you out so that you can achieve what you're wanting. Because heaven only knows that it is difficult. But most people find a way to survive. I mean, I didn't think that I would ever have to go into doing not safe for work stuff to survive. But no, I do. Different things that I didn't think that I would have to do in order to survive. I thought I'd be able to support it some other way. But, you know. I tried for years on the other way. Anytime. I'll be real with y'all. Because the thing is whenever it comes to being an artist, it's not easy. It's full of a lot of ups and downs. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. There's gonna be a lot of times where you just sit there and not think that anything's worth it. And then you'll sit there and think, well, maybe I should just give up and stop doing this. not going anywhere. I mean, maybe I just need to double down on doing something else. Oh yeah, that thing is amazing. I also do a normally like I'll do that, and technically, well, yeah, oh yeah. Technically speaking, area scaling. Oh, not 5 points. Let's go with 3. Well, let's do -1. Ha! There we go. Yeah, -1. Sounds like a plan. Nice. Sometimes I will actually just do this. Even though I don't really need to do it, I could probably do it a very easy, like a lot easier way. It's kind of like cathartic to me. Cathartic, or just, what's the word? It's just nice to do. It's relaxing and soothing for me to do. Boop. Sounds like a plan. I'll probably be only going till 8, and then I'm going to have to hop over to TikTok and do a live stream there. And then after that, I get to work on a little bit of commissions. Because I finally got my commission workload a little bit lower. So I'm just working on basically rounding up the last bit of it. And then I can take a quick breather before hopping right back into more commissions. Oh, you're referring to multiple. Why are you doing that? I don't want you to do that. There we go. The work is never done. Ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. It's tough to be a god. Yoink. Here we go. There we go. People are like, oh my gosh, it's Carter. No, it's not. It's E0. I don't know why that just song is stuck on repeat in my brain. And it's not a bad song. I love that song. Oof. Ouch. That finger pop hurt. So who else is on this live stream? Sound off. There we go. I know I think it was Sonic. Supersonic Elseworld is doing homework, which is never fun, but you know, it works. I actually graduated from college with an art degree, and my teachers told me that I would not be making any money doing what I wanted to do, aka doing cartooning and also doing video game design and animation. Look where I'm at now! There we go. Right. Oh, just popped. That one did not feel good. Okay. Boop. Okay, there we go. And then, oh, it is a dark red. I don't like using straight black because there was I can't remember how long ago it was, but I read something that one of the people that I look up to whenever it comes to art said, and one of the things they said was, you never want to do straight black line work. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. I normally do straight black. And they go, straight black is boring. You want something else whenever it comes to a color so that it actually pops or looks good. And I was like, oh, okay. I will try that. And ever since, all my line works have always been dark red, dark blue, dark purple, all different types. Because it's just something that I've always done, and I actually like the look of it a little bit more. There's still sometimes when I'll do straight black, because back whenever I was doing this comic, I was doing straight black. But now I'm more inclined to do a couple of different colors. And sometimes they look a little bit better, sometimes it looks worse. It all depends on the person who's looking at it. Some people like it, some people don't. And honestly, I don't blame them. There's still some things that some of my favorite artists do that I'm just like, I would totally do that differently, but you know. I'm just a scrub. I'm doing this art game for not too long, actually. I've been professionally doing art for probably about 3 or 4 years now. Whenever I was young, I didn't believe that I could ever call myself a professional artist because, oh, I don't have a job in this. I'm not making money. But technically speaking, now this is my job. I do make money. So I am a professional artist. Professional freelance artist, mind thee. But once you hit professional level, there's still a shit ton of things that you don't know and you still need to learn. There's still things that people teach me every freaking day that I never knew. And you just need to go into it with fully expecting that you're gonna learn something that day. Because if you don't learn anything that day is basically wasted. There we go. Oh man. I was about to say, if you made money off of it, even once, I would say that you're basically on your way to being a professional. But also, you got hobby artists as well. Hobby artists just do art, even though it looks like professional work, they just do it for fun. That is what I consider a hobby artist. And honestly, you can be a hobby artist. I mean, there's still... Yeah. There's tons of hobby artists that are 1,000 times better than professional artists. In my own opinion. Because hobby artists don't have a time constraint. They can do it as long or as short as they want.
They also can be more creative.
They can be definitely more creative, and they don't have somebody loitering over them telling them they have to do this exactly or that exactly. Biscuits. Where are they? Oh yeah, that's close to the bottom. I know it's 8, but I'm going to try to finish this piece real quick. You can still, actually. I will let you know that whenever it comes to colleges and stuff like that, technically speaking, you can make it without going to college. You definitely can. It makes it look good on a resume that you went to college. But if you have the skill, then honestly, with this day and age, because of how many people are getting signed on to different things and stuff like that, because they were just like, oh yeah, I was drawing this because there's a kid that got hired by Disney because he did a short animation on YouTube. And now he works for Disney in the animation department. Honestly, when it comes to it, I mean, if you have a good following and a cult following and show your skills, sometimes you don't even really have to have any type of degree. Degrees can't help.
The best thing a degree is for is eventually people are going to hit the same skill level. And if you're competing against somebody with your same skill level and the only difference between you and them is a degree, they're going to go with the degree. But
Yes.
if your skill level is better than most of the people who went to school, you're going to beat them out. It's more of just another way to separate yourself. But the same thing can be said about picking a specialization. So if you specialize in a certain type of color scheme and say that's the color scheme this company is looking for, that would be something that would make it stand out and different things like that. Why is one of your paper children of you about to fall off the bookshelf?
What?
There's a paper child of you in orange looking like it's about to fall to its death.
Where? Oh, him? He's been there for ever since I got that collection.
I have seen it, but I just now realized it was you.
Yeah, I was happy that I got the complete works of Calvin and Hobbes. So I did a doodle of it. I mean, me going, yay, and I posted that on Instagram a long time ago.
Yeah, from here it looks like he's falling.
He is. For you.
Don't go and be sweet like that!
I think that Psychic Pebbles got to animation college. Yeah. I was about to say, a lot of amazing artists didn't even go to college for art. I mean, I have a degree in a Bachelor of Arts in studio art with a computer art emphasis. And you know what that got me? A job doing sign work, like designing signs, and I hated that job. And now I draw people's personas and OCs on the internet. And I make more than what I make at my current job doing that. I get paid more to draw tits than to actually work.
I mean, that is work.
Well, yeah, it is work. But to actually work at the job that I am currently employed at. If I'm going to be honest. But because of that, I've been able to do two of the things that I've always dreamed of doing. Do art for a video game, which I have. And I've done animation. And hopefully sometime I will actually do more animation. No. Women are more horny. Men are just more vocal about it.
I call fibs to that second one.
What? Okay. Depends on the woman.
Most men are just more creepy about it.
That is true. Men are far more creepy about it.
One of my favorite stories is sometimes girls will give out fake numbers if a guy's not taking no, but they don't feel safe giving them their number.
Yeah.
Apparently, some guy's number was just one off from this one girl's who kept doing that. So he
Yes.
kept getting all the messages.
Yep,
and,
all the random dick pics.
Yeah. I still want to find... I need to go through my old phone and get the video you responded to with the one guy.
Yeah. This is our curse. Yeah. Well, most guys are assholes. In one way, shape, or form. That's something that I've learned.
Well, that's most people.
No, valid.
But unfortunately, guys tend to get away with being creepy more.
Which I don't think should be the case. I think the creepiest thing I've ever had somebody ask me to draw, and I straight up said no so fast, was whenever they were like, hey, can you draw this person but nude? And I was like, well, number one, I didn't do not safe for work at that time. Number two, I was just like, this is a real person. They're like, yes. And I was like, do you have permission from that person to do this? And then they never responded. And I was just like, exactly. I'm not doing this. Even though I knew I wasn't going to do this, I'm especially not going to do this even more now. I've had some very, very weird commission questions before. Or things that people want commissioned.
Are you on TikTok now?
Not yet. I'm about to be.
Oh, I thought you had changed.
Oh, I'm about to. I'm just finishing up the last of the inking for this page. Which it used to take me a lot longer to go through pages.
Well, you also get the cheat of you're not having to design it 100% from scratch. You have the basic layout. Now you can make tweaks and rearrange things.
Yeah.
With reference. Before
Yeah.
you had no reference. So that makes it take a lot longer because the initial design phase is technically the longest.
Oh, yeah. That I did for 2 days. Yeah, I get it. Like, since you were a kid and you considered him a hero, it turns out the guy was a sexual assaulter, harasser, or a pedophile. Yeah. Actually, the guy who made Rurouni Kenshin, the anime, didn't he come out as a pedophile?
I don't know if he...
Or was it... No, it was child pornography.
I was going to say, I don't know if you could call him coming out for pedophile, but he got caught for child pornography.
Yes. And that is actually a show that I love, is Rurouni Kenshin. And actually, the guy who does One Piece worked for him. So that's two of my childhood... Well, not childhood, but two of them that were really big parts of my growing up years. I was like, oh, yay, I get to learn about this. That's great. Yay. This hits hard.
Oh, I hate this. I've been waiting for my computer to charge, and it got unplugged, and so it's not red.
Valid. That is very much the pain in the butt.
Well, I guess last year the Naruto creator got in some hot water for praising the Rurouni Kenshin artist.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he basically almost get off scot-free? think he did. I think all he got was basically like a slap on the wrist.
I don't know why it surprised people, because I'm pretty sure the main girl from Rurouni Kenshin is practically still a child, and they ship that as a romance.
Yeah.
I hated Kaoru, though, so...
Which one's Karu again?
Kaoru's the main girl who's always yelling and...
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. She was annoying. I know who you're talking about.
Not that I can blame her, though, because I'm pretty sure I was younger than her with a crush on Rurouni Kenshin. So.
I think everyone had a crush on Rurouni Kenshin. Let's be honest here.
How could you not?
I mean, I'm straight and I still had a crush on him. Partially still do.
No, I still do.
There we go. And with that, we are Gucci.
I definitely believe in separation of things that people do, because even the most terrible people, that doesn't mean everything they do or participating in is bad. So it's just like, oh, this bad person did this, you do this too, you must be bad. Well, guess what? That person also breathes oxygen. Is it bad for you to breathe oxygen?
Valid.
And a lot of the people who went into the March for Women's Rights and the strongest proponents for women's rights were also giant racists. Does that mean women's rights are bad? No. It just means those people only had one thing right and not everything.
Valid. Hit save. There we go. I can delete that. File. Save as. Management folder. Can I add a new folder? So I'm going to type this one up as redraw. It would be more realistic if he is smoking a blunt instead of a regular cigarette. Keep in mind that he's 17 at the beginning of the series. Just like high school students. Well, actually, back whenever I was a kid, it was cigarettes and also blunts. Both. Select folder. There we go. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for coming out. It's been a pleasure. If you all want to hop on to TikTok, I'm going to be doing a TikTok live stream and continuing doing doodles. I have a Charlie piece from Has Been Hotel that I've been working on. So I'll probably be continuing that. And yeah, if you ever have any questions, just give me a holler. Be more than happy to help. You can DM me or anything like that. I will see you all on Friday. This coming up Friday, I'm going to be doing a live stream. Probably going to be playing video games. So I will see you all then. Stay safe.